There's a Director General of Civil Aviation notification that's just come in now. Withdrawal of instructions regarding published weekly rest. Now, this is one of the criteria among many that the DGCA actually had, whereas reference is invited to the above-mentioned letter, specifically a paragraph stipulating that no leave shall be substituted for weekly rest, and whereas in view of the ongoing operational disruptions and representations received from various airlines regarding continuity of operations, it's been considered necessary to review the said provision. Now, therefore, the instruction contained in the reference paragraph that no leave shall be substituted for weekly rest is hereby withdrawn from immediate effect. This is one part of the order. I just want our viewers to understand that there is one clause which has been withdrawn, not all of the clauses which exist as part of the new rules. But with the withdrawal of this one clause, the government is trying to ensure that stability in the flight system gets back. So it's not a full withdrawal of the pilot order, it's a partial withdrawal of the government order on flight duty time limitations that was done for safety grounds. Once again, for the benefit of our viewers, this is a move meant to bring relief to scores of passengers and the airlines across the country. How soon will it take impact in terms of the network of IndiGo getting fixed? That's something we don't have an answer on at the moment.
So explain this, Vishnu. How is this going to ease the backlog that we are seeing right now when they say that no leave shall be substituted for weekly rest? Because that seems to be the operative part of today's order. How is this going to ease the situation, practically speaking?
I don't understand exactly what those words mean, but what I'm trying to essentially state that through the withdrawal of one order or one part of the order, they will have more pilots available to them.
So basically, the amount of resting hours will be slightly reduced. I mean, I don't know what the leave and weekly off concept is, but essentially you will have more pilots to roster. You will have more hands on the deck, as it were.
One of the aspects which will ultimately govern the availability of pilots has been adjusted in a way in which there can be more pilots who are possibly available right now. In terms of the new rules, there were 48 consecutive hours of leave which have been granted to pilots as opposed to 36 hours earlier on. Those 48 consecutive hours means that a pilot gets 2 consecutive days off. They can get a day off on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, whatever it is. That was something that impacted the number of pilots who were available for flights. The flight duty maximum period was brought down from 13 hours to 10 hours. So in other words, airlines have rostered a certain number of hours, certain number of flights, but they didn't have enough pilots because pilots are now working per the new rules for fewer hours. Most significantly, perhaps maximum night landings. They could do 6 landings every single night per the older rules. The newer rules have brought that down to 2. And so as a result of all of this, if you've got an airline which operates on a certain number of pilots and on a certain number of routes, all of a sudden, because of the new rules, right, and the rules are good rules. I want to be clear that our viewers don't misunderstand me. The rules are important, therefore your flight safety. But as a result of the new rules, right, the airline just didn't have enough pilots to operate. How many pilots were they short of? 935 commanders for IndiGo and 205 first officers. Remember, it's a 2-man crew, so they were massively short on the number of pilots that could actually operate these aircraft if they were to comply with the new norms. So one of those norms.
So essentially what Tanushka here is explaining is that there was a rule which did not allow the airlines to club leaves with the weekly rest. The 48 hours weekly rest that Vishnu was talking about. The earlier instruction said if somebody has applied for leave, you cannot say, okay, your leave is also a part of this weekly rest. So now that has been done away with. If somebody is on leave, you can say, this is your weekly rest. You've taken your 48 hours. You please come back on duty. So at least you will have more people, more pilots, which you will be able to roster.
So for example, if I have a Saturday, Sunday off, and in our system, if I apply for leave on Monday onwards, then my leave actually begins on Saturday and
so
it
now
extends.
I can actually say that Saturday, Sunday
is your day off.
Your weekly off.
Is your day off, right?
And it's also your leave.
And is also your leave.
It's also your leave.